was the end of the free world. But pay attention to this red flag. The face of the devil appears in this blood sacrifice. These faces are everywhere, despite what the skeptics say. This is not CGI. We see this phenomenon everywhere because currently there is a full-blown demonic invasion happening on planet Earth. Everybody in the know calls it the Divok, the demons, spelled backwards. It's a demonic invasion happening on planet Earth, and it has infiltrated every government, every military, every country, and millions of people worldwide. You may look at these people as NPCs or something of that nature, but in fact they've been body snatched by demons. And these demons are essentially an energetic life form, a life form that does not show up in the biology textbooks, and they can attack in many different ways. Demonic attacks, demonic energy weapon attacks are plaguing our society. The television calls it Havana syndrome. People call it being a targeted individual. People don't understand what's happening, but essentially it is demons that are within people and ghosts within the machines that are attacking with cosmic ray-like weapons, particle beam weapons. We know this for a fact based on testing in the field. Particle beam shielding works best against these weapons. And so essentially we're dealing with cosmic rays. Essentially we're dealing with demons from outer space. Ephesians chapter 6 tells us that we're not fighting against flesh and blood, but against spiritual wickedness from heavenly places. That is translated as being ghosts from outer space. And these things are here with a vengeance. These things are here to pillage and to destroy. And all of humanity is at risk. What difference does it make talking about this now? It's hard to say. It's like watching the chemtrails rain in. What, difference does it make talking about it? It needs to be talked about. This is the biggest story of the year, of the decade, of the century. It is a full-blown alien invasion happening right now on planet Earth, and millions, if not billions of people have been body snatched and compromised by this alien invasion. This is not a drill. This is not a joke. We are on the front lines fighting this invasion. And the more people that are aware, the better. These demons seem to react severely to the sword of the Spirit as it's listed in Ephesians chapter 6. The sword of the Spirit is a weapon of astral warfare. And for some reason, these demons react violently to it. Training yourself in to use the sword of the Spirit is every Christian's prerogative right now, if you want to survive, as well as to acquire shielding, because whatever is happening right now behind the scenes is about to erupt in a major way in everyone's lives. And if you're not prepared for the ghosts and the machines, for the people that have been body snatched that are going to be shooting at you with cosmic rays and doing everything they can to gas you, kill you, poison you, irradiate you, then you're not going to survive. It's time to get into Mad Max mode if you're going to survive, because essentially what's happening in the world right now has nothing to do with the deep state, really. They're all just puppets. They're all just meat puppets. All these people on television are meat puppets. Look at these devil horns on this guy. All of these people that you see on TV have been body snatched by the demonic. They're working together as a hive mind. They are legion. And essentially that's what's happening in the world right now. And they're running us off the cliff. They're basically preparing for World War III. We're seeing a massive buildup of arms, new shipments arriving in Europe every day. They're preparing for a major offensive. They've just invited, the Chancellor of Germany over. They're preparing for a major offensive in the spring, and it looks like this is going to tip off into World War III. But we have these faces from another dimension everywhere, faces in the clouds, in the smoke, in the flames, in the reflections. Chances are you've seen them and you thought to yourself, it's just your imagination. It couldn't be what you thought it is, what you think it is, but it is. And it's so much worse. How deep this rabbit hole goes is anyone's guess, but being on the front lines, what we can tell you without a doubt, unequivocally, is that we're dealing with a full-blown demonic invasion in the world right now, without a doubt. You can be a skeptic, you can be whoever you want to be. It doesn't really matter to us. But for those that understand, then this is a call to spiritual arms. Get your armor on, physically. Manifest the armor in the physical world. Train yourself with the sword of the Spirit. Prepare for the apocalypse, for the end of the world, for much worse things to come. But essentially what everybody's dealing with, and what you will be dealing with at one point or another, is demonic energy weapon attacks. Demons have hijacked technology, the networks, the satellites, the cell towers, the people, in a way that you can't even imagine. And essentially they can nest anywhere and everywhere and attack. And the attacks come in from all directions. And when they come after you, you have no idea what to do, where to go. Basically, you think of how you can escape. There is no escape. You basically have to fight. And you have to fight in the right way. But essentially, this is going to become a no-holds-barred
Son of Satan right there.
war against evil on every front, physical and spiritual. And it's only a matter of time before this war goes from just spiritual warfare to full-blown physical warfare. World War III is definitely looming, to say the least. We like coming back to this 2011 presentation, plus or minus a few years, of Obama, and you can clearly see a face in the bushes behind him. You know, this was widely publicized at the time. What is it? Is it some kind of fluke? Is it some kind of CGI? At first you don't really understand. At first it looks random. At first it looks like, odd, to say the least. But when you start seeing this stuff enough, you realize that these things are basically everywhere, like mold, like bacteria. And essentially, this was Obama telling the world that the demons have taken over. They have taken over. They've taken over the White House. They've taken over the Pentagon. They've taken over Hollywood. They've taken over the corporations. They've taken over NATO. They've taken over every government of the Western world. These are no longer humans on television. They are meat puppets. They represent the dark side, the biblical dark side. It quite literally is the pages of the Bible playing out before your very eyes. And that's all you can say about it. And given the situation that these aren't even humans that are trying to exterminate us, I'm not sure what people are really waiting for to move. Because it might as well be like the movie Independence Day. These things are here, they're not from here, they shouldn't be here, and they're looking to exterminate everyone. They've turned the whole planet into a giant prison. And so, basically, people are going to have to fight for their lives now while they still can, because the end game here is for you to starve and to own nothing and to eat bugs, and at that stage you won't be able to fight. Everybody should be able to see the writing on the wall right now, and it's only going to get worse as they roll out more energy weapon systems in everybody's neighborhoods. Basically, all of you are running around out there completely naked to these forms of attack, and they can pick you off systematically with 110% accuracy and make it look like natural causes. And by the time people, do become aware of what's happening, it'll be way too late. It's already looking like hell on earth. It's only going to get worse because that's exactly what's happening. The demons are here. They've taken over. And if Christians are going to survive, if humanity is going to survive, people basically have to, prepare for the Crusades. Everyone should be preparing right now, making their armor, getting their stuff together for a holy war against the demons of the dark side. You can tell them by their fruits. You can tell them by their logic, by their behavior. And if you pay attention, you're going to see the supernatural. This is a highly supernatural world. People that are just buying into, the physical, secular world, evolving from monkeys. I mean, these people are lost, so far gone. But this is a highly supernatural world, and it quite literally is the pages of the Bible playing out before our very eyes. And we're being tested here, and we're being called into action, like in the times of Moses and in the Old Testament. And it's easy to run away from war, but there's no running away from this. This is in everybody's neighborhoods. You've noticed this one way or another, you just haven't totally figured it out. We're here to connect the dots. We're here to help you and to affirm what you've been thinking and what you've been suspecting. Forget the skeptics, forget the Judases in disguise that will try and basically keep you naked, in a sense. They want you defenseless. They want your defenses down. They want you susceptible to attack. But basically what we're saying to every Christian out there right now, it is DEFCON 1. This is not a drill. This is a national emergency beyond any scale that we've ever seen before as a species. The system that's been rolled out now is in such a way that it can wipe out humanity at the push of a button. Never before has this been possible in our timeline. And so the danger is very real, and these democrats on television are looking to start World War III.
Yes, they are. So what are we going to do about it?
Post-apocalyptic
We're going
world.
to do something about it.
Prepare for that. Because chances are nobody's going to stop them, and we're going to be living through that.
Right, wrong.
We'll have to leave it there.
I'm going to do something about it.